Gauteng police are intensifying their efforts to combat crime in Eldorado Park. Through Operation Shanela, authorities are working to strengthen law enforcement and support local police in fighting crime. The operation is also aimed at restoring order and reinforcing the state's authority. Residents there are living in fear as gang violence and crime continue to grip their community, making daily life increasingly unsafe. SABC News reporter Ofentse Setimo is on the ground watching this operation as it unfolds and joins us now live. And Ofentse, of course, Eldorado Park making news for all the wrong reasons over the years. I wonder to what extent people there are hopeful things will change.
Well, a good morning and a good morning to your viewers, Ayanda. As you rightfully mentioned, drugs always come to mind, especially when you're considering Eldorado Park. Gangsterism as well definitely comes to mind when you're considering Eldorado Park. And we know that there has been some arrests, which were mentioned earlier. There are about 1,115 people of highly sought-after criminals were actually arrested during this particular operation. But breaking at this current moment, we heard that apparently there has been a shooting at JP's Town and about 4 people, if I'm not mistaken, have been fatally shot. But to confirm this, I'm still joined now by Gauteng Police Commissioner. Thank you so much for your time. Can you just confirm or deny what has transpired at JP's Town taxi rank this morning?
Once more again, greetings to the viewers. Setimo, really appreciate for this opportunity. Indeed, one can confirm that this incident indeed took place this morning in GP policing area. It's linked to the long distance taxi association from GP, and 4 fatalities as we can report now, and then 2 are bystanders, and then 2 of them they are linked to the taxi associations, either the driver or the manager within that taxi rank, and then 3 of them they have been taken to hospital, of which 1 it has been confirmed that is critical. So I must just indicate that this issue of the taxi violence. Yesterday we had also 1 incident in Sonke Sizwe where we had 3 loss of life within that space. This also relate to the taxi violence. I must indicate that based on the commission of inquiry led by Judge Shongwe, of which Judge Shongwe have presented the final report to the Premier of Gauteng in 2021. Amongst other things is that the recommendations, we have to have the taxi violence unit, of which we are having it, and also from Department of Roads and Transport in Gauteng to have some typical type of conflict resolutions, because most of these I would say conflict which results at the end of the day to murders is relating to the roots dispute as such, so that we have to deal with it in terms of the dispute. But this has to be a collaborative effort in terms of Department of Roads and Transport in Gauteng, Gauteng Traffic Police, South African Police Service, or other role players who have to take part, like the taxi association. So we're really concerned about it. I've just spoken to my crime intelligence now, General Kalakala, to zoom into and also to make sure that with the acting DC we do those collaborations so that we can ensure that we save life. The other thing, I just got a text message or a SMS message from the Premier. The Premier is raising a concern, Premier Panyazal Sufi, relating to the very same incident. As I've indicated, that commission of inquiry clearly reflected a lot of things of which we have implemented, but we have to make sure that the issue of conflict resolution with Department of Roads and Transport, including the South African Police Service, Gauteng Traffic Police, and the taxi industry, we make sure that we deal with these issues.
Absolutely. If I may step in there, Commissioner, there's also a long-standing issue between Wata and Nandue in Soweto, which actually saw a couple of fatalities, because of this long-standing war of routes. What is the police doing, to ensure community safety, as we know that, there are fatalities of those that are actually not involved when these 2 unions are actually, associations are actually at war?
Yeah, indeed, these issues, I think for the past week we had these issues grappling around Wata and Nandua, of which is court battles. And from the side of the law enforcement agency, we had on Friday the Provincial Joint Intelligence Structure have given a clear directives that our operation, we're pushing it and then beyond this month end, and then subject to review, we'll look as to say what is that, what we have to do. I must just correct this issue of the shooting, because it came predominantly on the media space that there are 2 people who have been shot. That is not correct. It was an accident, and the people, of course, died because of the congestion within that space, and we had the 2 loss of life. Within that space, next to where we're having these problems of water and Nandue, you'll recall that we had some problems in terms of shootings within the buses where we lost life of the 2 bus drivers. I can now report that as of today, we have arrested 1 of those people who have been found to be involved in that killing of the bus driver or the bus drivers. So we have made a breakthrough, and it is good that you are here today. We are sharing it with the public out there.
Absolutely. Just an update in terms of arrests related to today's Operation Shanela. I saw there were some undocumented immigrants just now taken out of a public bus that were also arrested.
Yes, of course, the numbers, they are just popping up, and I can safely say now, when I reported initially it was 12, and now we have pushed it at least to over 20, of which we're still hard at work. And of course, the crime intelligence, they are also looking on the other space, and I must re-emphasize that that arrest they made in terms of the drugs yesterday up until this morning of 103 Menrex drug tablets, which is coded STAR. We are looking on it. I've assigned crime intelligence to look as to say, where does these drugs come from? And most probably we'll work through it. We'll happen to know maybe the manufacturing space. Like 2 weeks back, we had quite a serious drug bust in terms of the drug laboratory or clandestine in Carltonville, which worth more than 10 million.
Absolutely. Just to confirm, you're saying that 4 people have been fatally shot at JP Taxi Rank?
Yeah, that's correct. That's why we can confirm 4 at this stage, and then 3 were injured, of which 1 is critical. And as I've indicated, 2 of them I can say is the bystanders, and then 2 of them they are associated either to the taxi association as such. The other 3, and then they are transported to the hospital. And Zoken Sizwe, yesterday night we had also 3.
Thank you very much. As you can hear, that's Gauteng Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Tony Mtombeni actually confirming that there has been 4 fatalities following a shooting at GP Taxi Rank, and also confirming a breakthrough following the shooting of 2 bus drivers, saying that the person behind, or allegedly behind those shooting, is also behind bars. Ayanda.
Right, Ofentse Setimo, live to us there from Eldorado Park, but as you can hear, was able to also canvass a lot of important information around crime elsewhere. Ofentse, for now, thanks very much indeed. And just to reaffirm that the breaking news at the Sawa is a taxi-related shooting, we're told, at Jeppes Town today. 4 people killed, 3 others wounded, 1 of those wounded in a critical condition. I suppose what's also concerning is that 2 of those who've died are said to be bystanders, and of course the other 2 are connected to the taxi industry itself. We'll get a sense of what's at the heart of that shooting throughout the course of the morning, but important information, especially if you had planned to visit that part of the city.